I'm an addict for sneakers.
What's good? It's your boy DJ Delz back with a brand new podcast here at youtube.com/The Sneaker Addict, or on iTunes or on SoundCloud, wherever you're listening. Thank you very much. I appreciate you checking out the show. And if you haven't checked out the last show, I would love it if you did so. Now, with that said, let's get into some Q&A. Ratchet Mike 28 writes, what's the sneaker that gave me the most trouble getting? To answer your question, hands down the backboard ones. I was finally able to make a deal with someone, and it was just the right trade. I wasn't trying to pay that crazy resale price. I do not like paying resale prices. Like, I'd rather just not have the shoe. There's always a new sneaker coming out, like, every single damn week, so it's like, whatever. I'll eventually get that shoe through trades. I'll get a shoe that someone else wants, or I'll just move on and maybe one day eventually get it. But that was one pair of kicks that I actually gave up on. And then I was like, you know what? Let me post on Instagram one more time and ask people if they have a pair they want to do a trade or, want to hook it up. Because that's just what it is. I'm not paying over retail for shoes. I will do trade. I'm not paying over retail for shoes. Some will say, oh, well, why not? Who the hell do you think you are? I don't think I'm anything special, but I respect my money, okay? And I'm not going to just give someone way over retail for some shoe. That's just not what I'm doing. It's just not happening. I'll trade you what the shoe is worth on a resale market, but I'm not going to give you that resale cash. That's not happening. No way in hell. That's not how I roll. If that's how you do, that's fine. I mean, most people are willing to cough up that resale money. Am I broke? Hell no. Can I afford shoes at resale prices? I guess so, if I wanted to, but do I want to? Hell no. I respect my money too much, man. I just can't be coughing up money for a sneaker. As I was saying, when there's a new shoe always releasing, there's always a new shoe releasing. So definitely the backboard ones. I'm looking for the Lance Mountain ones in a size 9 or 9.5. I'm looking for the Yeezy Nike one shoe in any of the colorways in an 8.5 or a 9. And I'm willing to do trades. I'll even trade you 3-4 pairs of shoes for that one pair. I'll make sure that it's an equal, trade as far as the worth of the shoes. I like trading a bunch of shoes for one shoe because I like getting rid of shoes because I feel like I have maybe one too many pairs. And I buy doubles sometimes because I want to have one on ice. I want to have one to rock right then and there and then have one on ice. And it's I got in that habit of always doing that. And then I'm like, whoa, I got too many now. Too many doubles. So I'm always willing to do trades. Hit me up on my Instagram over at Team DJ Delz if you're ever wanting to try to do a trade with me. If it's something that I'm looking for, of course, I'm looking for the Supreme 5s also in a size 9 or 9.5 or 8.5. I could do an 8.5 also. Next we got from Raiki writes, what release are you looking forward to on Black Friday besides the Aqua 8s? Let's see. I like those Pusha T's that are coming out. The Pusha T shoe that's coming out with Adidas. I'm digging those. Those are dope. I kind of wish they did something a little different. It seems like it's just the same shoe in black instead of white. But I still really like that shoe because the quality of the upper is just crazy. So I'm all for that right there. And then I forgot off top exactly everything that's releasing. I'm sure I'm missing something. But, the Aqua 8 is really the shoe. And it's not going to be a shoe where it's going to sell for a whole lot of money because they have made tons of pairs of this shoe. It's like a general release. Even if it sells out everywhere, which I'm sure it will, it's not going to resell for so much money because so many people will have them. I wouldn't worry too much about that. It was weird how they did the raffles for this shoe. I missed the raffle completely. I didn't know they were doing raffles this week that just passed. I was like, what the fuck? Aren't they supposed to do them next week? Totally got thrown off by it, but whatever. I don't think I'm going to have an issue getting them regardless. Next question. I can't pronounce the name. If you ever want me to shout your name out, put your name out instead of just, not putting it at all. This person writes, please explain true to size and how you figure out what your true size shoe is. To figure out what your true size is just you going to the sneaker store and just measuring your foot, to be honest with you. That's your true size, whatever your foot size is, Are you a size 9, a 9.5? Go to the store. They've got those metal things on the ground usually, and just measure your foot. That's what true to size means. What's the measurement to your feet? That's what true to size means. So when I say go true to size, if your foot measures at a 9, buy a 9. If I say go down half a size, that means if your foot measures at a 9, go 8.5. If I say to go up half a size, that means to go up half a size. Obviously, you get what I'm saying now. And take it easy for anyone that's like, I can't believe someone's asking that question. There's a lot of people that may not be into shoes as much as you, but they enjoy watching or listening. In this case, because it's the podcast. Not everyone is so hip with shoes, with this, that, and a third. They just find this entertaining. You know what I mean? Or they just may be young, new to this, whatever the case is. E. Price the King writes, is it too early for LeBron's the retro? Hell no. I mean, look how long LeBron has been in the league for. We're at his 13th shoe. He should have had a retro by now. That's just my opinion. But, we'll see. Hopefully next year. We seen him playing last night in a pair of 2s. Those triple doubles. Those were sick, man. Hopefully those come out. I love the LeBron 2. That would probably be the first LeBron. If I could pick which LeBron I'd like to see retroed first, it would be the LeBron 2. I would love that. I love the LeBron 2. I think it's such a dope pair of kicks. Next we got from Gman315 writes, do you know if there is a release date on the Mira foams? And if the Maroon 6s are going to be a GR or limited release? Keep doing your thing, Delz. Thank you, man. As far as the Maroons, I keep hearing it's going to be limited, but for some reason I don't believe it. Let's hope it's not, right? And as far as the Mira foams, I may have posted on my blog. Check my blog, thesneakeraddict.com. But off top, I don't know of a release date off top. So anything that I know as far as with release dates will be on my blog, thesneakeraddict.com. You should be going there every single day, definitely. Next we got from Swaggy. C3 writes, favorite colorway of the Ultra Boost, and what do you think about the all white and the supposed hype around it? I think that my favorite colorway is probably the all white. Call me a hype beast, whatever the case is. I've always liked white sneakers, so you guys know that. If you watch my show on a regular basis, I think it looks dope. It's a clean looking colorway. I would say after that, the black colorway with the hit of purple, that's the pair I have right now. I'm working on getting a pair of all white ones with the black outsole. We'll see if I end up getting them or not. Someone said they're coming through, but who knows. Alright, so I just got thrown off because there's this dude that's hitting me up on my Twitter asking me to retweet him selling a pair of shoes that just sold out about an hour or two ago. If you know me and you're a fan of what I do, you know I do not like resellers, especially when you're reselling a shoe literally hours after it sells out. Nah, don't ask me to retweet your shoes. So I wrote back to him, no. So he writes back to me, question mark. And then I write back to him, I answered your question. Just messing with him a little bit. And then he goes, that's how you treat your fans? It's funny how they don't realize that you shouldn't even call yourself a fan if you're going to ask me to retweet you trying to make money off of my following. Like, I'm sorry, but that's some dirtbag shit. If a sneaker just sells out and you're going to try to resell it literally right after it sells out, that's whack to me. And it's even more whack that you're going to try to get me to help you to sell the shoe. To me, that's just whack. So I just got thrown off by that, and I just had to speak about that. Because I find that to be so amazing how people. Oh, and then he writes, oh, no wonder you weren't on the list or considered. Because there was this list that was put out there. I don't care about lists. I mean, I put out content for people that like watching it. I don't need a list to be, anything. I have people that love watching all of my videos, and I do it for those that enjoy it. It's funny how when someone doesn't get their way, if they really rock with you, you could tell by how they respond to when you throw them a little bit of a curveball. Like, instead of him saying, oh, well, you know what, you're right, you don't like resellers, he got all butthurt, right? And then he throws an insult at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, trying to, like, upset me. Like, oh, you hurt my feelings. I'm just reading this reply now. People are so funny, man. I swear, like, this world is crazy because, not everyone, of course, but I would say there's a percentage of people that are so stupid, they don't think before they type. That's the problem with social media. People don't think anymore. They just go off their emotions and don't think for a second before typing. They're just going to go ahead and type and, like, try to, like, insult or do something like that because they didn't like your response, you know? Well, maybe I didn't like your question, you know? I said no, and then you got butt hurt. I wish whoever this dude is the best. I just find it very, very funny. He wrote, let me stop here, because if we were in person, it would be all love. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm just reading more. This is me literally reading this live while I'm recording this, and you getting my reaction to this. Because I think some people think that, like, when I read comments and it's something, like, going at me, like, that it upsets me, but I actually find it humorous. My whole thing is, people get upset, right, on social media, getting back to what I was saying, and you could tell a person's psyche by how they react to shit, by if they get so upset and just start throwing insults, instead of just responding like a normal human being, and keeping your composure. It's just amusing to me. And I just wanted to put that out there because I find this to be something that is interesting to me and maybe interesting to you guys, because you guys may see people throwing insults to me all the time, but you're actually getting to actually see my reaction. Well, not see my reaction, but just hear my reaction to, like, people trying to insult me, you know? You're not going to insult me. The thing about me is that I'm so honest and real, and I have nothing to prove. So, like, you could try to, like, say something, and it doesn't even matter. Like, last week, someone made fun of my iPhone case. That was in a photograph. I was, like, holding my phone in this Instagram photo. Because I'm looking at my phone right now. That's the only reason why I'm remembering this. I'm saying they were making fun of my iPhone case, right? Because it has Kylo Ren from Star Wars on it. I love Star Wars. Like, you can, like, make fun of that. I don't care. Make fun of me. Like, go ahead and make fun of me. I'm gonna live my life, and I'm gonna enjoy what I like, and I'm gonna be happy and do what makes me happy, and no one's gonna stop that, you know? People love to try to bring people down on social media, especially when you, like, you put yourself out there. No matter what level you're at, but if you're putting yourself out there where people can watch you, like, on YouTube, or if you're, like, very vocal on, like, social media platforms, sometimes people will literally hate on you and they'll try to insult you. But if you just are so just you and you don't give a shit about what other people think, it just doesn't faze people like us. It doesn't. Like, okay, I have a Kylo Ren iPhone case. Ooh, you got me. Ooh. Which is a dope iPhone case, man. I'm excited for Star Wars. I'm going to actually put in the description box that iPhone case so you can see what that iPhone case is. You may want it for your iPhone. I'm super excited for Star Wars. I can't wait. There's all these new trailers that keep coming out. Every couple of days it seems like there's a new TV trailer where they, like, keep some of the footage we've seen already and add new footage. It's like so exciting for us fans that are into Star Wars. There's one YouTuber, Rich. He's really into Star Wars. Shout out to him. He's like super into Star Wars. I gotta get him on the Kickin' It show too. I like his channel. I'm trying to find his actual tweet. I was talking to him about Star Wars yesterday. I'm scrolling through my tweets right now. Oh, Mike Rich, yeah. I like his YouTube channel. Mike Rich 2323 on YouTube. He's like into Star Wars like crazy. Yeah, we were talking about Star Wars on Twitter, me and a few other people. We just hype about Star Wars, like, you know, that's our thing, you know. There's someone else that I was talking to. Where's this guy? Who's really into Star Wars too. Can't find this. Mark, his name is Cloud Kicker. Shout out to him. He's into the whole excitement for Star Wars coming out. I'm looking at my time feed. Oh, and this is a perfect example of like people handling things the correct way and not the correct way. So there was this dude on Twitter who wrote, let's see. Oh, I had a shoe yesterday. I showed what I was wearing on feet yesterday on my Twitter, right? And I was like, new kicks I'm wearing, these Adidas. They were the new Pro models, the red ones. I actually did an unboxing yesterday with my daughter. So I posted a photo of them on feet. And he wrote, oh, those are the poor man's Big Sean's. So I responded to his retweet and wrote, well, these shoes have been around before there was even a Big Sean, I wrote. And he read it the wrong way, and I think he got offended by it. He wrote, damn, dude, don't take it that serious or something like that. And before I had a chance to respond to him, my dude Derek, who's on Twitter, who's, you know, he hits me up all the time. He loves the show and shit, and he's a funny character. He's not a YouTuber or anything. He's just someone that just loves watching the show. He was like, it's not that serious. Because people read tweets and they're already reading it in their mind, like how they are expecting it to sound. So I literally wrote back to him and I said, listen, Twitter is so cut and dry. Like, you may be reading it the wrong way. Like, no one's trying to, you know, dish you or nothing. You know what I mean? Like, it's all love. Like, it ain't that serious. Like, definitely, you know what I'm saying? I was just responding to the tweet. Like, it's fascinating to me how, you know, social media is, and how, like, when you read something, like, certain people will read it and it kind of brings out their character of how they are as a person, you know. That's basically where I'm trying to get with this. People are probably like, damn, what the fuck is Delz talking about? Some of you guys, I think, will get what I'm saying, though. So let's get back to these questions. Michael Francisco, he writes about the Lebron Retros, which I spoke about, but he adds on and he writes, do I think they would sell better than the 12s and 13s? I think personally they would. I think they would do very well. Very, very well. They may even fly off the shelves depending on how they release them. If they release them like they did with the Prelude pack with the KDs, then definitely like it's going to fly off the shelves. If it's a GR, who knows? It would be interesting to see, but I think they would do pretty good. That was a good question. Next we got from, let's see, I lost my place. If I missed your question too, don't take it personal. Please, never take that personal. Just like I was saying before, people take things too personal sometimes. I've got love for everyone, you know. I've noticed this throughout the years of me on YouTube. That's why I always try to go a little bit above and beyond and tell people, you know, I got love for everyone. Just because I think people think that I got such a big ego and I think I'm better than everyone else. Like, I just stay to myself sometimes, or, you know, sometimes I don't know how to word things correctly. I'm not perfect either, you know. I'm not trying to say that I'm perfect at writing stuff on Twitter or Facebook or whatever the case is. Like you see right now, I gotta make that clear because people, you know, get so, you know, uptight with shit too sometimes, you know. So I gotta make sure shit is clear, you know. Definitely check out all my episodes that I've put out this week. I feel like I've really put out a lot of pretty good content, man, lately. I really think so. Definitely check out me over in Charlotte, North Carolina at SneakerCon. That was a dope video. Next we got from G. He writes, what's my thoughts on the Tinker Hatfield designed Kobe coming out? I didn't see images of them yet, but I think it's cool that he's involved with it. I think that's awesome. Next we got from Jason, writes, How do you feel about pre-orders on shoes? By the way, keep doing your thing. I don't miss one video. Thank you, Jason. Man, I appreciate that from your boy, DJ Delz. And I don't mind pre-orders as long as it's legit, you know? I guess, you know? Why not? Most of the time, you're going to have to pay extra money, but, I mean, it's up to you if you want to cough up that money to lock in or not. No one's forcing you at the end of the day to buy. Just like no one's forcing you to buy off resellers. Like, some people say, like, why do you dislike resellers so much? They're not forcing you to buy the shoes. I just am not into resellers because I want to buy the shoes for retail and I'm a consumer. Yeah, no one's forcing you to buy the shoe, but just for example, like before what I was talking about, I'm not going to promote someone that's going to resell a shoe an hour after it came out. To me, that's fucking whack. Like, whatever, that's whack, you know? So that's just my thoughts on that. Next we got from Steven T. He writes, can you shout me out? Yes, I can. I just did. I'll do it again. Steven T. What up? It's your boy DJ Delz. And he writes, he loves my work. The main person I listen to before I cop kicks. Happy early Thanksgiving. Thank you, Steven. I really appreciate that. You have a happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Can't believe Thanksgiving is like right around the corner. That's crazy, right? Time is flying. Next we got from I can't pronounce this. I don't want to butcher it. Next question we got, with the Jordan 72 and 10s retailing for $210, what is the max you are willing to pay for a pair of sneakers? I stop at $185. That's what he's saying. He stops at $185. I think that's a good place to stop at. I would say so. I would say that I'm going to stop at whatever price I feel is like just totally absurd. Like for instance, today they released the Adidas Billionaire Boys Club Pharrell Stan Smiths, and they ran for $200. I just can't believe they would charge $200 for a pair of Stan Smiths. Like, that's not happening. Like those Jordan 1s that came out for $400. I would never pay $400 for them, but I got 20% off of them, so yeah, I bought a pair, but I would never pay $400 for them. It just depends on the product, if I feel like it's worth it for me or not. You know, if I feel like I need it too. It may not be worth it for me, but I may feel like I need these on my feet. Like, I have to buy these. And then, you know, take my money here. That's just what it comes down to. Good question, though. I'm curious to hear your opinions on that. That was actually a pretty awesome question. I wish I had an actual name. I'd shout you out. Let me see. I see actually you're into Star Wars. I'm actually looking at your Instagram account. That's a dope photo. You with the Stormtroopers? His Instagram is TAKHEK. TAKHEK. That's his Instagram. TAKHEK. I'm actually about to leave a comment. He wrote, I'm black enough to be Darth Vader. Alright, Comic-Con. I'm about to leave a comment. I'm talking about this dope pic on my podcast right now. Exclamation mark. LOL. So you guys can check that out if you want. I like that question. Leave your comments. Let me know what's like your breaking point as far as spending money on sneakers. You know, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on that, everyone. Next we got from Mr. Santana. He writes, happy early Thanksgiving, Delz. What is your thoughts on the Yeezy possibly dropping a new colorway every month? Do you think it's going to happen? And if so, will it be super limited like the rest of them? They will definitely be super limited like the rest of them. There's not a doubt in my mind. There will not be no GR Yeezy dropping. And thank you, Mr. Santana, for the Thanksgiving wishes. Shout out to you and your family and everyone else that's listening. And then I got another question from that dude that I was just talking about on Instagram. He writes, do I think Yeezy jumped over the Jumpman? I've talked about this before and I will talk about it again. And I love when people ask me this. I usually don't like answering the same question twice unless it's like a question that I just love saying over and over again. As much as I love Kanye West, I'm a huge fan of him. You cannot say you jumped over the Jumpman when you're selling limited shoe after limited shoe after limited shoe. Michael Jordan, Jordan Brand are putting out hundreds of thousands of shoes, and they're selling and selling and selling. You know how many damn shoes Michael Jordan has sold throughout? Like, how many years has it been since Jordan Brand first came out? You are not even close to jumping over anything. Oh, man, I just caught that fly. There was a fly right there. I got you, bastard. Yeah, getting back to what I was saying. Kanye West ain't even close to jumping over it. Like, it would be like him, like, jumping against a brick wall. Like, you are not even close to jumping over any kind of Jumpman. Sorry, buddy. As much as I love you, Kanye West, as much as I love Adidas too, as much as I love Jordan Brand, you know, I don't work for any of them. I'm a fan of all three of them. You are not close to jumping over near nothing until you're selling hundreds of thousands of pairs of shoes, millions of pairs of shoes. You are not jumping over anything. So that just shut everything down. I don't think anyone could disagree with me on that. And if so, that's cool. Leave your comments. Leave your thoughts. Next we got from Alex. He writes, what's my thoughts on the Kyrie 2s from the leaked pictures? If you haven't seen those photos, by the way, I have plenty of images over on my blog, thesneakeraddict.com. I like them. I gotta see them in person, though. I don't know how they're gonna look as far as wearing casually. Gotta see them in person. I love the Kyrie 1. I'm thinking about making a new Nike ID on the Kyrie 1 just because I really dig the Kyrie 1 a lot on Nike ID. I think they're real affordable. I think it's worth doing. You could get them, I think, after taxes for somewhere around like 110 or 115 bucks. I really recommend everyone, like if you're into the Kyrie 1, make a Kyrie 1 Nike ID because later on you will thank me. You may send me a tweet or an Instagram picture and say, thank you, Delz, for telling me to do this because I love these shoes. You know, it got my name on it, got my kid's name on it, got my wife's name on it. Think about also gifts. You can make a gift for someone. Like, it's a dope shoe to make. Making like something special for someone else. I've, you know, made shoes for people. I've made shoes for my friends that got married, for family members. Definitely look into Nike ID more. I'll put info in the description box below, matter of fact, to make life easy for you if you're listening on YouTube. I don't know if I could do that on iTunes, but I will try my best to make that happen. I think I can on iTunes, also in SoundCloud in the description. Check the description box. Next we got from Chillmatic98. He writes, what's my thoughts on the grade school Air Max 2 CB 94s, the Godzillas? I think they should have came out in all sizes because anyone that is a Barkley fan wants those if they grew up back in the days watching those old commercials. That's my thoughts on that because I thought they were dope. And damn, I lost my place. If you're listening on YouTube, please hit that like button right now too. Also, it definitely helps me out by letting me know that you like the show. And also, if you're listening on iTunes or SoundCloud, show some love, like in the comment boxes or, you know, the feedback box on iTunes. I really appreciate that. It's a real dope look. Next question we got from Coco. He writes, what's the shoe that started it all off for me? The one that each sneakerhead feels attached to. The first shoe that I ever loved was the Converse Chuck Taylor. Like, that was the shoe I wore as a kid that I thought was dope. Like, I would wear like an all red pair, and then I would trade one of my friends for like if they were wearing like a blue pair or a purple pair, whatever the color is, a white pair, black pair. We trade one shoe, so we'd like mismatch colors. Like, that was like my first memory of like sneakers and just like doing dope shit. You know, some people may be like, yo, that's whack, you know? But you also gotta think like I was like in kindergarten, first grade, second grade, you know? But that's my first memory when it comes to sneakers and doing some kind of fly shit. Because I thought that was kind of dope, you know, for being a kid. Like, I think that's dope. And like, me and all my friends, we'd stay doing that back in the days when we were little kids. So like, that's my first memory. And then of course, getting my first like quote unquote hype pair of shoes, which was the Twilight Zone Reebok pumps, which was so exciting. Like, I begged and begged for my parents to buy me a pair, and I was able to finally get them to get me a pair, and it was like the greatest shit ever. So that's a definite like special shoe for me. Next we got from the Go 7. He writes, I remember when I was watching the first review on the Yeezy 2. You did a great job. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. For real. Next we got from Andron123 writes, first of all, I want to say keep doing your thing, man, and don't stop. Then he writes, what influences me and does logos matter? What influences me with shoes? You know, when it comes to Jordans, of course, Michael Jordan, you know, certain athletes influence me, I guess, to an extent. Because you can see some athletes, they have shoes in this day and age, and some of their models are kind of whack. So, you know, that only goes so far. Like, the sneaker actually has to look hot. And as far as, like, I see you mention logos, you know, logos don't really do it for me. Like, really, like, I don't see a shoe and the logo makes me want the shoe. But there probably are people where it is like that, where they like the way the logo looks and makes them want to buy the shoe. To me, a logo is like putting a nicer set of rims on a car, maybe, to some, you know. But I pay attention to the silhouette, the colorway. You know, I can appreciate a good logo, a great logo, versus a bland and boring logo also at the same time. Next question we got from Boney writes, what sneaker am I looking forward to getting more, the Aqua 8s or the Maroon 6s? Definitely the Maroon 6s. I love that shoe. I cannot wait to get a pair. Dex writes, who is the most influential person in sneaker culture to you? No one really, to be honest with you. No one influences me as far as, like, to the point where I can answer that question. I can't think of someone that really, like, individually, like, influences me. There's plenty of people that do influence me, but the most influential person, there's no, like, person like that I could just put out there, like, as far as, like, a statue. You know, like, there's no one like that. There are for many, you know, but not me. And this is the last question from Kick Stunts. He writes, who's your favorite person who does customs, judging by the work you've seen? Salute. I probably would say, oh, man, damn, I forgot the dude's name. That's terrible. Because he used to keep in touch with me. I haven't heard from him in a while. The guy who did those Nightmare on Elm Street gloves. D Nice is his name, but FBCC Customs, yeah, that guy. He does probably the best customs, I would say, from what I've seen. Just because there's, like, more than just, you know, painting the shoe. He's, like, sewing the shoe, like, replacing materials. I really like his stuff, you know, and I've seen it in person. So I think, like, that's my favorite guy, Pause, as far as, you know, that does that kind of work, you know, the custom work. Painting the shoe is dope, but, like, if it looks like it's painted, then I just look at a shoe as, like, a piece of art, like someone who painted the shoe. But once you start, like, replacing the materials with, like, finer leathers and all kinds of exotics, then I really, like, can appreciate that and dig it, especially if you're, like, completely out of the box and you're doing some complete left field shit. That's just totally dope to me. And that concludes all the Q&A. Also, there's a lot of rumors going around that there actually is going to be an Air Jordan 11 coming out, like a pack that has the Air Jordan 11 and the Air Jordan 30 in December. There's rumors going around again. I heard about them a while ago, and then I heard it wasn't happening, and now I'm hearing it may. So keep your eyes out. There will possibly be a red Air Jordan 11 with the Air Jordan 30. It's not, you know, definite, but I keep hearing this talk going on a lot, especially today. So it's something I just wanted to bring up, and I'm curious to hear your opinions. Are you, like, would you be excited for that if that happened, like the Air Jordan 11 in red come out, or are you just like, whatever, if it comes out, great, if not, then it's all good too? I feel like Jordans are really, like, fading as far as the hype, especially with new colorways. Like, I don't think it's going to be that difficult to get the Aqua 8s. I didn't even do a raffle for the Aqua 8s because it's just not on my radar. As much as I'm excited to get it, I just didn't realize that you had to go and get the raffle already, you know? I don't know. Leave your comments. Leave your thoughts on all that. I guess that's it for today's podcast. I ran out of questions. I don't know what else to speak about off top. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else I could speak about right now. Let's see. I talked about Star Wars. That's something that I usually speak about every week. Oh, wrestling. As far as WWE, I definitely predict. I think I spoke about this last podcast, but just in case I didn't, I definitely predict that Roman Reigns will be the champion. If not Roman Reigns, it's going to be Dean Ambrose. It's going to be one of the other, and one of them's going to turn. One of them will turn heel, definitely. We'll see this weekend. Also, as far as music, Jadakiss' new album released. Really, really dope. Really dope. Shout out to Jadakiss. Shout out to everyone out in Yonkers, New York, Westchester, New York. That's where I'm from. And it's worth getting, man. Really, really dope. Real dope. I wish Jadakiss would come out with more music. Like, more albums. I can't believe, like, he doesn't have, like, at least, like, 7 albums by now. But whatever the case is, he finally has a new album out, and it's out now, and it's definitely fire. Don't forget, I'll have information on all the releases tomorrow. Go to my blog around 9:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 9:50 Eastern Standard Time, thesneakeraddict.com. I will have information to help you guys out with all the releases. Go there every single day at that time. I always say go morning, noon, and night like clockwork, but definitely go every day at 9:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. TheSneakerAddict.com. And before I go, I just got to send my prayers out to everywhere that's dealing with all this terrorism, especially Paris. It's just really, really terrible what went down over there, and I haven't had the opportunity to speak about it on my podcast because I'm doing the podcast each and every other week, and I know I have listeners out there in Paris, and I just wanted to let everyone know that I'm praying for everyone and I'm thinking about you all. So, you know, for everyone that's listened to me outside of the United States that's been dealing with all types of craziness, I'm thinking about you all, and I just want you to know that, all right? And we're going to end it right there.